Hi, my name is Allison Howard. This is about a 30-minute sequence. We're going to move a little bit slowly. We're going to hopefully notice the sensations that we have going on in our body. I hope you really enjoy this practice. All you really need is a mat and yourself. You may like to have a block as an additional prop for the final back bend portion of this practice. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Hope you enjoy. All right, so we'll begin today's practice in a comfortable seat. I always talk about lifting your hips up onto a block or a blanket, and I never show it. This is what I mean. Sit that little block or that pillow or that blanket right underneath your hips. And what that does for you is it sort of allows your pelvis to spill forward so that your legs naturally come down and you find some height and some length in the spine. It's a little bit more comfortable for me, and maybe it is for you too. You can give it a shot. So sit up tall. And bring your palms of your hands down to your thighs or to your knees. And gently allow your eyes to fall shut. Notice the sensations in your body right away as you come to your mat today. And how those sensations are different from previous moments you've been in this same place. Maybe even with this very same practice video. Notice the fluctuations of the mind, how your mind starts to drift, even while you've only been sitting here for a few moments. That's natural, that's part of the process. Just allow that to be. We'll begin to invite intentional breath into the body. Inhaling 3 parts into the belly, ribs, and chest, beginning with the belly. Inhale, ballooning the belly outwards as you breathe. And then expanding the ribs in all directions. And then inhaling all the way up, feeling the collarbones expand as you inhale to the top. And then exhale, release that breath completely. Take an inhale, fill up belly, ribs, and chest. And exhale, release. One more time, just like that, to the rhythm of your own inhale. Fill all the way up to the top. The container of breath expands. And exhale, gently release that breath. Allow your breath to return to its normal rhythm. And then consider engaging an additional layer of breath called Ujjayi Pranayama. This is a slight constriction in the back of the throat. Sounds like a hissing or a roaring sound. Sort of like this. On the inhales and the exhales. Ujjayi pranayama invites an internal focus and presses out any external distractions. It also naturally elongates the breath. Wherever you are, allow your eyes to blink open. Take in your surroundings for a moment. Take an inhale, reach your arms out and up overhead. And exhale, side bend over to your left. Inhale, come up through center, both arms reach to the sky. And exhale, side bend over to your right. Inhale, both arms come up through center. Interlace the fingers. Flip the palms up towards the sky. And stretch up to the sky on your inhale. Exhale, hands come forward in front of you. And press the palms of the hands away from you around the spine. You can allow your chin to drop toward your chest. Inhale, press the palms of the hands to the sky, lift the chin. And exhale, hands come down to either side of the hips. Inhale, reach both arms up. And exhale, twist around and over to your left. Gaze over the back shoulder. Inhale, both arms come up through center. And exhale, twist to the other side. Inhale, both arms come up through center. Exhale, hands come down to your mat. Bring your knees around. Remove whatever prop you might have had under your hips. Just place that off to the side. We don't need that right now. Hands and knees. And from here in your hand and knee position, we're going to lift our right arm up to the sky. And then we're going to exhale and bring it underneath the left armpit. Your right temple comes down onto the mat. Lie down onto your right shoulder blade. Your left hand can stay right where it is, or you can walk it forward in space toward the top of the mat. Another option is to swing it around behind you like a little bird wing and tuck it around behind the back, maybe reaching for the right hip pocket. Long inhales. And slow exhales, noticing sensation in the body as it rises and falls in different places. Release your right hip, reach your right hand up into the sky. And exhale, left hand comes down beside the face. Inhale, right fingertips reach up again to the sky. And exhale, bring them down. Nice. I like to swish the hips out here. Take an inhale, lift your left fingertips up. We're going to take that to the other side. Thread it under. Come down onto your left temple. Now stop for a moment and think about what you'd like to do with your right hand. And then take that position with the right hand, walking it to the forward part of your mat. Or again, tucking it around behind the back like a little chicken wing for your left pocket. Where is sensation really pronounced? And equally so, where is sensation remarkably quiet in the body right now? Release your right hand down to the mat right beside the face. Press into your right hand, lift your left fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, left hand comes down. Right, so we're now back in our neutral tabletop, and swish your hips left and right just for a little reset. Walk your hands forward, forward, forward to the top of your mat. You can bring your forearms down to the mat. And then you can allow your chest to come down toward the mat. Your chin might come all the way down to the mat. It might not. For puppy pose. Inhale, come back up to forearms. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Nice. Hands and knees. Beautiful. Tuck your toes under. Walk your hands about a handprint in front of their current position. And lift your hips up and back for a downward facing dog. Take an inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees and look up at your hands, and then walk yourself one little tiptoe at a time up to the top of your mat, and then hang forward fold at the top of the mat. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, come to stand. Exhale, hands come down together in front of your heart. Take an inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, lift up halfway. Hands come to your shins, flatten into your back. Shoulder blades down the back. And exhale, fold. Inhale, come to stand. Reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold it forward. Don't knock over the plant. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, reach the arms up, come to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back. Lower your knees down. So we're in this knee down plank position. Yeah, one long straight line of energy from the back of the head all the way down to the knees. Bend your bend your elbows, hug them in by your rib cage, and then allow yourself to lay all the way down onto the floor. Take an inhale, press yourself up, your heart comes up just a little, and exhale, lower. Inhale, tuck your toes, press back onto your knees, and press to child's pose. Invite in sensation. And noticing of breath and movement. And in this act of noticing, we get better at noticing all the fluctuations of the body and the mind on and off the mat. Press yourself up, tabletop. Tuck your toes under, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right heel to the sky. Exhale, plant that foot in between the hands. Lower your left knee down. Inhale, come up. Low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Fingertips can reach to the sky. Exhale, bring your left hand down inside of your right foot. Right fingertips stretch to the sky. And on your next exhale, right hand comes down. Step your right foot back to meet the left. Down dog. Inhale, lift your left heel. Exhale, plant the foot in between the hands, lower the right knee down. Inhale, come up. Anjaneyasana. Notice sensation in the hips. The front of the right hip for me, and the outside of the left hip in this moment. But notice what that feels like for you. Exhale, your right hand comes down, left fingertips stretch to the sky. And exhale, left hand comes down, tuck your right toes, down dog. Lower your knees down to the mat. Swing your hips around. Bring your feet to the mat, tent your knees up to the sky. Lower yourself all the way down to the mat. We'll come into a little back bend, a little bridge pose. If you prefer, you can grab a block and place that right underneath your hips. If you would like to take a more active bridge, you're welcome to do that with no block. But it's really nice sometimes just to allow yourself to get a little movement, followed by a little softness. Allow your pelvis just to melt over the block. And notice the heaviness of your hips on this block. As sensation flows from the front of the hips around to the low back. Take an inhale, press your hips up into the sky, remove that block, lower the hips down to the mat. Windshield wiper knees left and right. Take an inhale. Exhale, hug your knees in toward your chest. Rock yourself up to sit. Bring your legs around. Press your heels in front of you so the legs stretch out long. And take an inhale, reach both arms up to the sky. And exhale, fold forward any amount and soften. Inhale, press yourself back up to sit. Bring the heels of your feet in. You can inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, fold forward. Breathe in and out. Inhale, back of the heart space guide you up. Close your knees together like a book. Swing yourself around. We're going to come back to our tabletop pose. And we're going to press ourselves briefly back to a downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right heel to the sky. Exhale, swing the knee in towards the inside of the right wrist. The right foot comes toward the left wrist. Right, but this leg here does not have to be in any certain arrangement. You don't have to be all the way flat to the mat. You don't need to strive. And if you'd like, and I would, to get a block and place it underneath your right hip, just to give a little extra support on that hip. Find that support. You can also take a bolster or a pillow under there. Take an inhale, lift. And exhale, fold forward, melt forward any amount. We'll be here for just a moment. Notice sensation. This may be a really loud sensation for you. And if that is the case, I invite you to notice that loudness. Notice all of the qualities of sensation and be present with it. In your body. Take an inhale. Slowly press yourself back out of this pose. Tuck your left toes under. Lift your right hip up and back in downward facing dog. Take any counter poses that might be nice. Here, you might like to lift the right foot and open the right hip, bending into the knee. Getting ready for the other side. Take an inhale, lift your left heel to the sky. Exhale, bring that foot in between the hands. Lower your left knee down. And then you can walk yourself down and forward onto the mat. If you'd like a prop, you can bring that underneath the hip point on the left side. Take an inhale and exhale, soften. Just as you did on the other side, notice differences in sensation from one place in the body to the other. Without judgment. Take an inhale. Press yourself back up. Tuck your right toes under. And lift your left hip up and back. Downward facing dog. You can take any counter poses that you might like on the left side as well. Open the hip. And exhale the left foot back down. Lower your knees down to the mat. Swing your hips back around. From here, you're welcome to finish this practice in a seated meditation or to lower yourself all the way down to the mat and take a Savasana. So you can lower your back all the way down, stretch out, open the hands up toward the sky. Walk your feet out toward the outer edges of the mat. Take up a little space here on the mat. Soften the muscles around the eyes. Soften the tension in the jaw. Allow the belly to soften. And allow the breath to soften and lengthen. We'll stay here for just a moment. And I will call you back out with my voice. Begin to deepen your breath. Invite small movements of the fingers and toes, opening and closing the hands, flexing the toes, pointing the feet. Rotate the wrists, the ankles. Bending into the elbows and the knees. Roll over onto one side. And from here, press yourself back up to sit. One last time, we will breathe in all the way to the top together. And exhale, sigh it out. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you did. And thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day.